All right, Matt, grab a pen. These tips are good for all of us. We were talking about your money and finances this morning. Paul Schatz, the president of Heritage Capital LLC, is here. It is always so good to have you because you take what can be complex financial topics, you break them down so they're easy for us to understand. We're talking about some tips as we wrap up the year, things that people should think about. And right off the top here, you say do a dry run through your tax return. What's that all about?
So thanks for having me. Yeah. Happy holidays. Nice tie.
Oh, thank you.
So we passed tax reform earlier this year. What's key is a lot of things change. It's the biggest tax reform package since 1986. So the tax rates have gone down, which is a good thing for all of us. And the standard deduction, the amount you can just wipe off your taxes out of the get-go, has almost doubled. So that's going to really impact people's taxes. Unfortunately, living in Connecticut, California, Illinois, New York, New Jersey, state and local taxes are capped at $10,000. Connecticut residents should absolutely do a dry run through the taxes right now before Christmas to figure out what your tax liability is going to be.
Recognize capital losses up to $3,000.
Every year, you take your capital gains, your capital losses. You can write off your tax up to $3,000. So you want to sort of marry them up and dovetail that. I say harvest your losses. If you have losses in American Airlines, sell American Airlines and go buy Delta or JetBlue for 30 days, at least so you can recognize that loss right now and get that number off your taxes immediately.
And you have a warning for folks this morning about mutual fund distributions. What do you want people to know?
If you're a mutual fund investor outside of your IRA, outside of your 401k, in December, mutual funds pay their own internal capital gains out to shareholders in the form of a dividend. If you buy a mutual fund right now, you could very likely get a tax bill immediately on profits you never had yourself. It's a little confusing, but if you're a mutual fund investor, don't buy them now outside of an IRA or a 401k.
All right, this next one I've heard twice this week, so we must be on to something. You're reminding folks, if they can, to max out your 401 contribution.
Year end is only a couple of weeks away. Whatever you put in your 401k comes right off of your income amount to pay taxes on. So if you don't have a Roth 401k, separate conversation. If you have a regular 401k and you can, in that last paycheck, perhaps devote a quarter, half, maybe even the whole paycheck to that 401k, you're not going to pay tax on that money for 2018. You won't pay tax on it until you pull it out when you're 70 and a half.
All right, I just did 85% for my last paycheck of the year. I'm feeling pretty good. Take your RMD. Remind folks what RMD stands for.
Required minimum distribution. It's for folks who are at least 70 and a half and older. You must take out money from your IRAs, 401ks, because the IRS and Uncle Sam wants their money. If you don't do it in 2018, they will give you a penalty of half of what your RMD is. So if you have to pull out $5,000, you'll owe $2,500 to the government as a penalty.
And this is when I've heard around our newsroom, you're reminding folks to spend that FSA.
Right, flexible spending accounts. Those are very different from HSAs. FSAs, use it or lose it. You pulled money out of your check, you must use it by the end of the year. So each plan has a list of things you can possibly use. Over-the-counter products qualify. Make sure you spend down those FSAs.
And a conversation you may have with people that you know about deferring a bonus. If you're lucky enough, not everyone will get a holiday bonus, but you say it's a good thing to push it to the next year if you can.
If you know you're getting a bonus, why pay the tax right now when if you push that income forward into 2019, you possibly may not have to pay tax on it until April of 2020. Why pay it now when you can take it in a few weeks?
All right, we're just going through them. Fund to 529?
529 plans are for your kids. And in some states, you will get a slight tax benefit. So if you're going to fund a 529 anyway for your kids' college education, why not fund it now, possibly get a benefit, and it helps your kids out as well.
And not everybody's in a financial position to do this, but you say if you can gift up to $15,000.
The government allows every individual in the country to give $15,000 to anyone they want to. And so why would you do that? Well, if you have a larger estate, you can start gifting away money to reduce the size of your estate. So when you pass away, you owe the government less in taxes.
Paul Schatz, you're a rock star. We got through a bunch of it.
Thank you.
And I think this is great because we'll get it up on our website. So if you know someone at home who could benefit from this, share the link from fox61.com. Have a great holiday season. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.